Saare Jahaan Se Accha, Hindustan Hamaraa. Most of us must have sung this song in our school days during the assembly or on Independence Day. But Indians singing this song on Independence Day or any other day for that matter may not be a good idea. That's because the song was penned by the man who was instrumental in the creation of Pakistan, Muhammad Iqbal, also known as Allama Iqbal. A section of historians, journalists, and academics hail him as a beacon of peace, tolerance, Hindu Muslim unity, and whatnot. However, the bigot in him gets exposed in the poem Tarana-e-Milli that he wrote a few years after the famed Saare Jahaan Se Accha. While he glorified undivided Hindustan and Saare Jahaan Se Accha, suggesting people to shun religious differences and forge a common national identity, he called for a global ummah having an Allah-given right to rule over the world. From then on, he became a vocal advocate for cutting Pakistan out of India. In his presidential address at the 25th annual session of the All India Muslim League on the 29th of December 1930, Iqbal said, "And as far as I have been able to read the Muslim mind, I have no hesitation in declaring that if the principle that the Indian Muslim is entitled to full and free development on the lines of his own culture and tradition in his Indian homelands is recognized as the basis of a permanent communal settlement, he will be ready to stake his all for the freedom of India," thus seeding the idea of two nations. He stated that in the historic space, the ancient land that is India suffered greatly due to the inherent incapacity of the people to cooperate and live in harmony. During his speech, Iqbal emphasized having a separate Muslim autonomous state within India. He said that the demand of Muslims for the creation of a Muslim India within India was perfectly justified. Secular historians and other Iqbal admirers often cite this as an evidence of Iqbal not advocating a separate state but equal opportunity and autonomy for Muslims within India. But Iqbal himself had said, "The formation of a consolidated Northwest Indian Muslim state appears to me to be the final destiny of the Muslims, at least of Northwest India." Discrediting the speculations of Islamic rules in Muslim-controlled states, Iqbal said, "I therefore demand the formation of a consolidated Muslim state in the best interests of India and Islam. For India, it means security and peace resulting from an internal balance of power. For Islam, an opportunity to rid itself of the stamp that Arabian imperialism was forced to give it, to mobilize its law, its education, its culture, and to bring them into closer contact with its own original spirit and with the spirit of modern times." Iqbal also implicitly threatened direct action if demands were not met when he said, "If these demands are not agreed to, then a question of very great and far-reaching importance will arise for the community. Then will arrive the moment for independent and concerted political action by the Muslims of India. If you are at all serious about your ideals and aspirations, you must be ready for such an action." And we all know what happened years down the line when Muhammad Ali Jinnah called for a direct action on 16th of August 1946. Iqbal became a huge influence on Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Iqbal worked constantly to encourage Muslim leaders and masses to support Jinnah and the Muslim League. For long, a section of historians, academics, and politicians peddled that Veer Savarkar was the person who gave rise to the two-nation theory and create a Hindu Rashtra. But the truth is that Muhammad Iqbal is the first leader to articulate, to argue for two nations, and had in fact rejected the virtues of secularism and Indian nationalism.